What is up, everybody? Welcome to the WSM Network. This is the 1 minute drill. Well, today's video is definitely not going to be 1 minute long. We are doing an all 32 NFL team mock draft, which I'm very excited for, very prepared for it as well. So, before we get into today's video, make sure you guys drop a like, comment, subscribe. Let's head over to the NFL mock draft database simulator. Okay, we're doing all 32 teams. We're gonna do no bullshit. We're going straight into it. We're not gonna no trades today. We might do a trade one in the near future, but we're not gonna do that today. So let's get started. First pick. I think we all know who it's going to be or end up being, and that is going to be Cam Ward. Um, I personally, if I'm the Titans, I'm not drafting Cam Ward. That's just me. Do I think Cam Ward's a great quarterback? Yes. Do the Titans need a great quarterback? Yes. But I just think the best player available right here and a generational talent in Abdul Carter is right there. So, yeah, they need a quarterback. But for me, I'd pick Abdul Carter, but they're going to go Cam Ward. Cam Ward looked absolutely great in his pro day. And that's one thing that we can't really rely on. We've seen Zach Wilson in his pro day. He looked really good. I'm not comparing the two, but they both looked good in their pro day. So you never know. But I think for the Titans, they've never really had they haven't had a great quarterback in a while. I mean, they had Tannehill, but Tannehill wasn't anything special. I really do like Cam Ward. He is one of the most gifted throwers. He's 6'2" and 219 pounds. He's an easy thrower of the football, phenomenal playmaker. He takes command of the offense. His arm flexibility is insane, and his arm talent. He rolled out to the left in pro day and just little flick of the wrist, and that ball went all the way down the field. Um, I think the only negative about him is he's too nonchalant. Like I feel like with Cam Ward, we've seen that nonchalant look that he likes to do, and I don't like that at all. I think he's got to cut that out in the NFL level because you're going to get absolutely smacked by linebackers, defensive backs, defensive lines, edges. Like you're going to get killed if he does that in the NFL because people in the NFL they don't play around like that. But I think here for the Titans, you got to go with Cam Ward. I mean, it's not a shocker. Not a shocker. Now, next, this the Cleveland Browns are genuinely the most confusing team in the NFL because I don't know who they're gonna go here. They could go Shedeur, they could go Travis Hunter, they could go Abdul freaking Carter, which pairing up Abdul Carter and Myles Garrett would probably be, if not the most scariest defensive line in the NFL. But it's the Browns, and the Browns do a lot of stupid things. But there was an article that came out earlier today about Deshaun Watson talking about how he wants to make a bounce. He wants his next year to be a bounce back year after his Achilles rupture. And I mean, no crap, he wants to make a comeback, but I just don't see how they take Shedeur Sanders. If they take Shedeur Sanders here, they literally don't know what they're doing. Also, I made a video on how Travis Hunter is very likely to now be drafted by the Browns, but I think they gotta go Abdul Carter, the best player in this draft, 6'3", 250 pounds. He switched from an off-ball linebacker to edge, and he impressed everyone. He's a super impressive athlete. He's got an impressive burst off the line. He's shown a very good dip rip move. He's really good. The only negative about him is he's still kind of raw as an edge player. He's kind of learning more about edge, but when he switched to edge, he looked like an absolute demon. So I think for the Cleveland Browns, we're going to go Abdul Carter. Cleveland, don't mess it up. This is all you have to do. Don't mess it up. Now, next pick, New York Giants. Shout out to my boy Aaron. I don't know if he's watching this video, but shout out to him. He's a Patriots fan, but I think here the Giants need we don't really even know what Travis Hunter is going to be in the NFL. We don't know yet. I'm kind of excited to see what he picks. I still think he's going to play both. I think he's going to want to play both. Travis Hunter, very high IQ player. He's got a great frame. He's a true ball hawk. He's got great twitch and acceleration as a wide receiver. And he's got rare conditioning that we've never seen before from a player. Well, we've seen it before, but he's got conditioning that is absolutely it's beautiful. Like the guy literally is offense, defense, offense, defense. He's got a tank. He's got an absolute tank. But the negatives about him is he's still raw in his overall cornerback technique. He does have a very good frame, but he is really skinny for the NFL level. But I think for the New York Giants, this is a simple pick. New York Giants, don't be dumb. Don't be stupid. Don't do what the Giants always do. Take the best player freaking available. And you could argue between the two. Abdul Carter or Travis Hunter, you can actually argue between the two. Who is the better player in this draft? Let me know down in the comments below, but I'm going to go Travis Hunter here for the New York Giants. Now, I think this pick, see, this whole draft is just hard because New England, they could use a guy like Tedero McMillan, which I like, but they did just get Stephon Diggs, right? They did just get Stephon Diggs. They need an offensive tackle in Armand Membu, which I don't know how Armand Membu on this thing is number 8, which feels like in a lot of other drafts, he's jumped over Will Campbell. I think for here, we're going to go Armand Membu. Armand Membu probably, if not the best overall offensive tackle in this draft. He absolutely killed it at the combine. And that's just what rose his stocks up and up and up. And I think between this, it would be between Armand Membu and Tedero McMillan. I just feel like Tedero McMillan, he's falling to, which is weird. I mean, Tedero McMillan's like 6'4", 6'5". Kind of reminds me of like a Drake London, maybe a Mike Evans. I'm not comparing him to Mike Evans. That's a little bit crazy. But I'm gonna go Armand Membu here just because of how good he did at the combine. He was like the fastest offensive tackle. He's got great footwork. He's got great arm length. Like, I think you gotta go Armand Membu here for the New England Patriots. And I think it's a great pick. It's a great pick. Now, next is Jacksonville, and I think for Jacksonville, he's been mocked to go to Jacksonville, but a lot of people said that Mason Graham could fall just because of his weight. 318 pounds, 6'3". He's got impressive movement skills. He takes on any block. He has great upper body strength. He can collapse the pocket as a bull rusher. He's just really good, but he lacks the height and weight, and he's still learning how to consistently use his hands as a pass rusher. But I think for the Jaguars, you get a guy like Mason Graham, and then you have Mason Graham, Eric Armstead, Jonathan Allen, or Josh Hines Allen, whatever his name is. You guys know who I'm talking about. I just think adding Mason Graham to that, you're going to have a great run blocking defense, a great pass rush defense. You're just going to have a great defensive line. So I think they're going to go with Mason Graham here, and that's who we are going to pick. Now, this is where we're getting spicy in this draft. I think we're going to have to go with Ashton Jeanty here. The Raiders, ever since they lost Josh Jacobs, they need a weapon in their backfield. And I think now that we kind of already thought Shedeur is going to be a Raider, and we've heard rumors about the Raiders still looking maybe to even get another quarterback. But I'm going to say this. They got Geno. I think if the Raiders are willing to take a quarterback, it's going to be in the later rounds. It's not going to be this early. I think we got to go with Ashton Jeanty on this pick. Ashton Jeanty, man, this guy, if you guys haven't seen his pictures from Boise State Pro Day, this guy is built like a freaking tank. He's 5'9", 215. He's got a strong running style. Near elite contact balance. The guy, it's crazy I'm comparing him to him, but Marshawn Lynch, he gets knocked, he isn't going down. Only negatives is he's got kind of slow lateral explosiveness to press and escape on inside run attempts. His pad level needs to be lower. He kind of runs a little bit tall, but I'm just trying to find anything in the book. But we're going to go Ashton Jeanty to the Las Vegas Raiders. Now this one right here, the New York Jets have never had a TE1 in a very long time, or like a great tight end one. And I think if they keep Garrett Wilson, they have a young quarterback in Justin Fields, they got to draft a guy like Tyler Warren. Tyler Warren is, it feels like every single one of these drafts, we're just getting we're just getting a generational tight end. Like last year we had Brock Bowers. This year we have Tyler Warren. Tyler Warren, 6'6", 260 pounds. He's got great height, as you just heard me list off. He's got great physical traits. He's got great acceleration after the catch. He's got big catch radius. You throw it up there, he's going to come down with that ball, and he's another offensive weapon that you put out on the field. Teams are going to have to game plan around him because he could do jet sweeps, he can run, he can catch, he can literally do anything you guys want him to do. He definitely does lack run blocking technique, which you can also fix that in the NFL level. But I think for the Jets, they got to draft Tyler Warren, and that's who we're going to pick. Now, for the Carolina Panthers, look at Shedeur, man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Shedeur. Personally, I don't think Shedeur is good. I'm not going to lie. I don't think Shedeur is good. He's good. But is he top 10 pick worthy? Yeah, probably. But top 5? No, get out of here. Carolina, this pick is also between Jalen Walker and Tetairoa McMillan. I think they got to go Tetairoa McMillan. They have no one. They have an old Adam Thielen. And I understand. Adam Thielen is actually really good. He's good. But they need a younger guy, and Tetairoa McMillan, 6'5", 212, got a big frame as a pass catcher. He's super smooth. He's a great run after catch. He's got great route running. I just think one of the negative things for him, his ability to consistently defeat press alignment and physical corners. His route tempo definitely needs to be more urgent at the snap. And one thing people didn't like is how he only popped off against really big teams. He only popped off against like the little schools in college. That's what people are kind of scared about. But I think for the Carolina Panthers, they got to go with Tetairoa McMillan. Now, I think this is where quarterback Shedeur Sanders is going to end up. Now, might come to a shock because I don't think he's mocked. I've never really seen a mock of him going to the New Orleans Saints, but the Saints, they need a quarterback. Derek Carr is not Himothy. He's not good. Just give me Shedeur. I don't want to talk about Shedeur. Give me Shedeur. Now, next, man, are the Bears getting better and better and better. They're just getting better and better. Give me Will Campbell here. A lot of people from Bears media, Bears fans that I know, they love Will Campbell. They're scared about his short arms. Who gives a crap about short arms? No one cared about Will Campbell's short arms before the draft. The guy was an absolute demon. Rush blocking, pass blocking, everything you needed from Will Campbell, he did that. But then now people are just trying to find the littlest things. Well, it's not a little thing. It's a pretty big thing to have big arms, but then who cares? Bears, you guys are getting a top dog in Will Campbell. And now it's for my San Francisco 49ers pick at pick 11. Now, I've been saying this guy for the longest, and I love him the best, and that is Jalen Walker, 6'1", 243. He's got great size. He's a versatile defender who can play linebacker and edge. And he's great in zone coverage. He's great against the run. He shows decent strength. I think the only negative is the only negative I can really think about is he's kind of inexperienced overall, and he didn't make his first college start until this past season, and was primarily used as a third down edge rusher in his first 2 years at Georgia. So he kind of lacks experience as an off-ball linebacker as well. But the Niners, they lose a guy like Dre Greenlaw. They lose Leonard Floyd. They lose a lot of players. I think you bring in a guy like Jalen Walker, you pair him up with Fred Warner, and then exactly like they just said, on third downs, you can play him edge, slot in D Winters or something. That is what I want. Give me Jalen Walker for the frickin' San Francisco 49ers. Now, for the Dallas Cowboys, okay, I don't know. Geez, this is What do the Dallas Cowboys need the most? I would say wide receiver, but you're going to draft Matthew Golden, who's ranked 20th at pick 12? No. This is actually an easier pick than I thought. I think they're going to go with Will Johnson. Now, do I think Will Johnson is the best cornerback in this draft? I think he's one of the best. I actually would take Jade Barron over him. They also have Shamar Stewart here, Mikael Williams. They could actually use an edge. But I just think they need a corner. Is that just me? Because they got Diggs and they got Deron Bland, but Diggs is not good anymore. You know what? We're gonna go with Will Johnson here. We're gonna go with Will Johnson right here. Will Johnson, one of the best cornerbacks in the draft. He's got excellent length, arm size. He's a strong tackler. Only bad part, he's kind of inconsistent at breaking with below average change of direction. Sometimes gets a little bit too handsy. But am I crazy? Let me know in the comments below. I think the Cowboys' biggest need might be cornerback. And yeah, like they could draft an edge. They could do whatever they want. I just think Will Johnson, they need a cornerback because Trayvon Diggs, I'm sorry, Cowboys fans, he is not it anymore. The guy's not good. He's not good. So give me Will Johnson here for the Cowboys. Now for the Miami Dolphins, this is where Kelvin Banks comes into play. Kelvin Banks been linked to a lot of teams, especially my 49ers. So I think Kelvin Banks, another top guy in this draft, great arm length. The only thing downside of Kelvin is he's kind of slow, kind of has knee problems. That's why he wears that knee brace. But we're going to go with Kelvin Banks here for the Miami Dolphins. Now, the Indianapolis Colts, they need a tight end, and that's where they are going to pick Colston Loveland. Colston Loveland from Michigan as well, an absolute demon. People have mocked Colston Loveland over I'm blanking on his name. Over Tyler Warren. I think Colston Loveland's an absolute demon. 6'5", 245 pounds, outstanding catch radius, good route runner, great vertical speed. Only negatives, as I could see, is he had a lot of concentration drops from the 2023 season. And he's continuing to mature and grow into his body and adding more muscle to his frame. I think the Colts go with Colston Loveland here. Now, for the Atlanta Falcons, this is where Jade Barron is going to end up. I like this pick. I think Jade Barron, like I've said, people have mocked Jade Barron to be a top pick in this draft. People have literally mocked him to go top 10. I don't agree with that, but I like him on the Falcons. We're going to pick him on the Falcons right here. Now, Arizona Cardinals. I think their biggest need might be edge, but it's like, which one do we pick? Which one do the Cardinals want? Do they want a guy with just pure raw talent in Shamar Stewart, or do they want a guy like Mikael Williams or Mike Green? I do think Mike Green is going to slip a lot this draft since his allegations. They're going to go with Shamar Stewart here. Shamar Stewart had 1.5 sacks, and I know you guys are probably like, why the hell would the Arizona Cardinals take a guy that had 1.5 sacks in college? I think this guy is so raw. He had the same kind of stats like a Myles Garrett in the combine. And I think that's what people are going to look at and say, if we can get this guy to be somewhat like Myles Garrett, he'll be an amazing player. And Shamar Stewart, if I'm not mistaken, had literally the most pressures in college. Kind of reminds me of a Nick Bosa. Shout out 49ers. I'm sorry. I'm a Niners fan. But I feel like Nick Bosa kind of goes through the same thing. He gets so much pressures and the quarterback just throws it away. Quarterback throws it away, chucks it out of bounds. I think Arizona is going to go with Shamar Stewart right there. Now, this is the pick. Super easy. Mikael Williams is going to be a Cincinnati Bengal. I see it. With Trey Hendrickson, maybe on the leave. We don't know. I think he probably will be leaving because I don't know what type of money they have. But let's say they keep Trey Hendrickson and draft Mikael Williams. I think that's a great duo. So I think Mikael Williams is going to be an absolute demon. Now, for the Seattle Seahawks, one of my least favorite teams, I think they're going to take the guy that's had a lot of allegations against him. If you know, you know, in Mike Green. Mike Green, he's great. Went to a small school in Marshall. He's an absolute bulldozer. The guy had a lot of sacks. Just, yeah, if you know, you know. I still a great player. I just think Mike Green is going to go to the Seattle Seahawks. Now, for this next pick, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They are going to go with Jahad Campbell here. Jahad Campbell, linebacker. I think Jahad could go any place in the draft. I really like Jahad Campbell, but coming off of that ACL injury is what really scares me. Coming out of this draft, he's going to be 29. He's got great modern football frame. He's got great athletic ability. But the one thing that just scares me is that ACL injury. But man, looking at this draft is so deep. It's actually insane. But we're going to go with Jahad Campbell here for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Next pick, Denver. They're in need of a wide receiver. Nothing much to talk about. I'm a Texas guy as well. Hook 'em horns, baby. Matthew Golden wasn't even supposed to be the wide receiver one for the Texas Longhorns. It was supposed to be Isaiah Bond. And Matthew Golden just skyrocketed all season. The game against Arizona State, I will never forget it. 4th and whatever it was. Quinn Ewers into the end zone. Touchdown, Matthew Golden. Such a clutch player. One of, if not my favorite players in this draft. And Denver Broncos, you guys are getting yourself an absolute demon. Now, next for this pick, we still got Amari and Hampton. We still got Jackson Dart. Wait a minute. Do we do a Jackson Dart pick? How is Jackson Dart ranked 26th? 26th? Like, I get it, he's good, but ranked 26th is a little bit insane. But we're going to make this draft a little bit fun. Let's say the Pittsburgh... do we say the Pittsburgh Steelers don't sign Aaron Rodgers? I feel they're going to sign Aaron Rodgers. Like, it's without a doubt they're going to sign Aaron Rodgers, right? Like, there's no way they don't sign Aaron Rodgers. They have to sign Aaron Rodgers. If they don't, do we go Jackson Dart here? Okay, no, we're not. But he's been linked to the Steelers. You know what? We're going to go Jackson Dart. Let's say Pittsburgh Steelers picking Jackson Dart in the first round. Jackson Dart, he's got a lot of potential to be great. He's got a great arm, but if you roll Jackson Dart out of the pocket, he's a guy whose accuracy just plummets when he's rolled out of the pocket. But we're going to go with Jackson Dart. That's a crazy pick. Now, holy crap, this could actually be one of the best picks for the LA Chargers. I think we might have to go. LA Chargers might have the best safety group in the NFL after this draft, because they're going to pick Malachi Starks. Imagine Derwin James and Malachi Starks in the backfield. You are not doing anything. You're not doing anything. Malachi Starks, great run defender, very strong tackler, outstanding athlete with great ball skills. He's got very quick feet. Malachi Starks to the Chargers would be an absolute insane thing. This pick, really easy. Kenneth Grant to the Green Bay Packers. They need more help on their defensive line. They upgraded their offensive line this offseason with getting a guy like Aaron Banks, which Packers fans, I'm telling you guys right now, Aaron Banks is not good, and I'm a Niners fan. I'm not just saying that. You guys overpaid that guy so much. I'm praying for you guys. I really am. But we're going to go with the Green Bay Packers drafting Kenneth Grant. He just fits their mold so well. Now, for this pick, we're going to go with Nick Amanarori. Or, I also like Gray Zabel here, which they could use a guard like Zabel. But I think we got to go with safety. Nick Amanarori. They need a safety. They're in need of a safety in the Vikings. So we're going to go with Nick Amanarori. He absolutely killed it in the combine. That's what made him go up so many spots. So we're going to go with Nick. I don't know. It's really hard to say his name. Amanarori. That's how you say his name, I think. Let me know down in the comments below, because I have a struggle with saying his name. Now, this next pick, Josh Simmons is here, and I think this is where Josh Simmons will end up, in Houston, Texas. Houston, freaking Texas. They need an offensive tackle. They lost Laramie Tunsil. Laramie Tunsil's getting old. This guy that could come in and maybe help bolster that offensive line. 6'5", 317 pounds. He's a fluid mover. Works independent with his hands. Shows impressive awareness. He's got excellent quickness. Very good strength. Yeah, I like this pick for them. I like this pick for them. They need an offensive tackle. We're going to go with Josh Simmons right there. Now, for the LA Rams. This is insane. How far? Luther Burden is ranked 24th. That man fell so far. That guy was literally a top 15 lock. Like, he was supposed to go to the freaking Cowboys. I remember that. But I don't think, do the Rams need a wide receiver? No, because they have Devontae Adams. They have Puka Nacua. I don't know who their third wide receiver is. And if they were to draft Emeka Egbuka, I don't know how to say his name. That could be dangerous. I don't know. I think we might have to go because they also have Maxwell Harrison here. They also have James Pierce, but they already got Jared Verse. We're gonna go with a little fun pick. We're gonna go with Egbuka here. Egbuka mocked to go to the Cowboys at the start. He kind of fell off a little bit. He's a great wide receiver, and now with that, they probably have, if not the best wide receiver trio in the league, or one of. You got Devontae Adams, Puka Nacua, and Egbuka. Like, that's absolutely insane. Now for this pick, we're going to go. I like this mock draft that I did, but I just don't feel Amari Hampton's going to fall this far. He could. We're going to go with James Pierce Jr. here. Listen, I'm very high on James Pierce Jr. He's a very raw prospect, but he's 6'5", 242 pounds. He's got great speed. He was the fastest edge in the combine. He's got good height. He's an impressive athlete, great acceleration. He can win by turning speed into power as a pass rusher. Only negative, he needs to add size, and he has character issues. Like, that's one of the biggest things for him is he has character issues, which is kind of scary because you don't want a guy that has character issues in your locker room. But the Baltimore Ravens, they're going to straighten him out. James Pierce Jr. gets picked right there. Now, this pick I'm really going to hate to make because the Detroit Lions offensive line just keeps getting better and better. We're going to go with Gray Zabel from North Dakota State. Gray Zabel played 4 out of the 5 positions. He's going to make this Lions offensive line even better. He's going to make it even freaking better. He's going to make this offensive line just an absolutely great offensive line. Gray Zabel, I was really high on him. I used to do mock drafts. I picked him in the second round at pick 43 for the 49ers, and now he's projected to go pick 28. So we're going to go with Gray Zabel here at pick 28. Perfect. This all aligns. Now, this is exactly what I wanted. Amarion Hampton to the Washington Commanders. Now, Amarion Hampton has been very high on a lot of people's job boards. He's 6 feet tall, 220 pounds. He runs really hard. He's got great vision. He's a gap scheme fit with light footwork when pressing the line of scrimmage. He's really good, but he lacks open field elusiveness from time to time. But I really like this player. He would make this Washington Commanders team make this Washington Commanders team great. I know they already got a running back, but Amarion Hampton comes in there and he's their running back number 1. That's an absolutely great pick. Now, for the Buffalo Bills. This pick is hard because I also like Walter Nolan, but I'm a Niners fan. I don't want Walter Nolan going to the Philadelphia Eagles. I think this is where Walter Nolan will end up going. I think Walter Nolan, he could go higher in this draft. The guy at senior day or senior pro day, whatever it's called, he balled out. I really like him. So we'll go with Walter Nolan here. Let's wrap this up. Tyler Booker, Derek Harmon, Donovan Ezeraku. I think we're going to go Derek Harmon here. He's absolutely great defensive lineman. Great speed, great pass rusher, pass blocker, great run defender. Derek Harmon, there you go. And then this one, is very, very easy. Donovan Ezuraku. The guy had like 12 sacks in college with Boston College. We're going to wrap up this draft. The first round, Donovan Ezuraku, I think that's how you say his name, going to the Philadelphia Eagles, which I don't like that at all. But that is the first round mock draft of WSM Network. So we got Cam Ward, Abdul Carter, Travis Hunter, Amar Membu, Mason Graham, Ashton Genty to the Raiders, Tyler Warren to the Jets, Toronto McMillan to the Panthers, Shedeur Sanders to the Saints, Will Campbell to the Bears, Jalen Walker to my 49ers. Love that pick. Dallas Cowboys get Will Johnson, Kelvin Banks to the Dolphins, Colson Loveland to the Colts, Jedi Barron to the Falcons, Shamar Stewart to the Arizona Cardinals, Michael Williams to the Bengals. Seahawks get Mike Green, Tampa Bay gets Jahad Campbell, Denver Broncos get Matthew Golden. Pittsburgh, they don't get Aaron Rodgers and they get Jackson Dart in the draft and Malachi Starks, Derwin James, Chargers. That would be a scary duo. Then you got Kenneth Grant, Amana Rory, Josh Simmons, Egbuka, James Pierce Jr., Gray Zabel, Amarian Hampton, Walter Nolan, Harmon, and Ezuraku. But that is going to do it for our mock draft. Let me know how I did below. I want to know how I did. I want to know how I did down below. So make sure you guys drop a like on this channel. Not on this channel. Drop a like on this video. Subscribe to the channel. Let me know how I did below. Looking at it right now, looking at my screen, I don't know what I would give myself. I would give myself a good rating. So let me know what you guys thought about the draft below. Make sure you guys drop a like, comment, subscribe. More content coming very soon. The draft's right around the corner. Let me know if this draft was good.